Hey, welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. Today is a part 2. We were talking in a video recently about baggage and dropping pounds, and this is part 2 to that. There's one point of view and the other one, and this is the other point of view with the same baggage idea, but with a different kind of perspective. So I was talking to my buddy. I'm really close with him, and we share a lot, and we share the same brain sometimes. But we're discussing the fact that, some people don't identify with having a bunch of baggage from the past that you need to get rid of. Sometimes it's that they're hungry for the good stuff, and they can't, they if you saw the other video, you know that I said that sometimes the pounds come off really fast, and sometimes they're slower, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it's moving at all. And that's the way it is when you're getting rid of the baggage of the past. Sometimes whole things go away and you're good, and then sometimes it's little by little, and sometimes it seems like you're just completely neutral. Well, I hadn't thought about this perspective. It didn't really occur to me, but my buddy was saying how he doesn't identify with the one way, but he identifies with the being hungry for stuff, hungry for more of God and of life. And like, he doesn't have to drop pounds, he needs to gain pounds. Spiritually he's too thin, he needs to put some weight on, And I never thought about that before, but there are people, if they had baggage in the past, they got rid of it. If they didn't, they're good, But they're stuck in one place unless they hunger for more and reach out and grab it, And just to say, it's just like the other one. You can't just say get over it. You can't just say, well, grab it. You get out there, do your thing. It's a personal thing. And you guys, when I speak to you in videos, it's a personal thing. You don't have to believe everything the way I believe. You don't have to feel everything the way I feel. It's just as if you were sitting in that seat right next to me in my car. We'd have the same conversation, and it would be safe conversation because I love you. You're in the car with me. We're riding along. That's what Wait a Minute is. So you have every right to feel whatever kind of way you feel, but these are just my feelings, my insight, and hopefully it gets to people. Hopefully you understand, and some people will get something out of it. Some people get a lot. Some people won't get anything. But the main idea is that I want you guys to know a different perspective, not a better perspective necessarily. Sometimes it's better. I'm not gonna say it's not better, because sometimes my perspective is really spot on. But if you let's assume you had a past, and I've had a past. Let's assume I didn't have a past. I just developed all of a sudden. Let's assume that you did go through the process and you did work on losing your baggage and whatever else. And then now what? You got to the now what? Well, it's kind of like once you get rid of that baggage, you got to put something else in there. You got to put some good stuff in there, and because there's a void. And in my thoughts, because I'm trying to identify with this. I'm kind of getting it. I kind of do. Where you're hungry, you're reaching out, but you don't really know how to start, and you're at a place where you got that whole I'm desperate thing going on. You're hungry for whatever's out there, but you're just kind of in neutral. Well, I'm not gonna say just get out there and grab it. I'm gonna say, you know what? Maybe start small. Maybe start by reading your Bible a little bit in the morning, or just praying a little longer than you normally would in a quieter place. I pray a lot in the shower, and it's great. I feel like I have really great conversations with the Lord in the shower, because nothing's in there, just quiet. Well, not quiet. You hear the water running, of course. But that's kind of soothing. So the water running and the heat of the water on your back and stuff like that, and you just talk to Jesus, you know. I love that. And I have some of my best conversations there, but whatever your quiet place is, but you know, pretty much everybody takes a shower, so whenever you're in the shower, that's a good time to talk to Jesus. You know, Jesus, I said that funny. So, I don't know, maybe start small, maybe start with just a little thing, whatever the thing is, and you'll find that in the end, that in your spiritual walk, there are no little things. You think it's a little thing, but little things make big things, and big things are, you know, what you're shooting for. But I'm here to tell you that grabbing for more, that trying to fill yourself up with the good stuff, that you need to have that hunger, and you need to have the fortitude to go after more. You know, as a Christian, I can tell you that I've had times where I was really lean and I was really needing to put on some weight spiritually, and I've had times where I was trying to put on weight, and no matter how much I ate, it still nothing was happening, and spiritually speaking. And you know, sometimes it's really discouraging, and you start not necessarily coming down on yourself, but just being down about the fact that nothing's happening. You know, like it's almost easier to go backwards than it is to go forward, because you don't have motivation to go forward, because you don't see anything. You're not getting what you're wanting. Well, other part of this is when you're reaching out to get something because you're hungry for more, you don't have the baggage behind you, and you don't have anything in front of you, you need to fill it up. It's at your pace. It's between you and God. You know, some people, let's say becoming a Christian. I've seen people when they give their hearts to God, and they're just on fire, and they're just all wild. You know, they're crazy, and they just want to do things for Jesus. They just want to love on God and love on people, and that's the way they are the rest of whatever. I've also seen people who have a whole bunch of just blessing, and they're just amazing when they first give their hearts to God. And then there's a cooling off period where the honeymoon's over, you know, and there's a big long lull. And then they spend time seeking for more, you know, because they're hungry. And then there's the ones that you don't see anything when they're praying through, and it's a gradual thing. You see them a year from now, and they've grown so much you barely recognize them. You know. So this is what I would tell you now. If you're one of those people who's looking forward and you just don't see where you're supposed to grab, see what you're supposed to get, see what you're supposed to devour, you know, to make yourself heavier in the spirit, start with something small. Whatever that is, whatever that means to you, something small. I don't know, sometimes when I'm having a hard time, I just talk to God just for no reason. Or I journal with just nothing to say, just, you know, it turns into a prayer, and I'm talking to God, you know. Sometimes that's the thing that draws me out and puts me back on the right track where I'm supposed to be, because I get discouraged, guys. I get lonely and discouraged like anybody else. I'm happy now. I'm happier than I've ever been, but that doesn't mean I still don't have human feelings. I mean, I am a human being, dang it. And but just, I don't know, it's something to think about, and I care about you guys very much, and I know that, you know, losing that baggage is hard, but reaching forward is hard too. Trying to gain weight spiritually is difficult too. And I don't know, I never would have thought about that. I don't know, for some reason it never occurred to me to think that way. But there is both sides of the coin, and here's the part two to the other one. And hope you guys got something out of it, and hopefully we covered pretty much all our bases. Don't be discouraged, okay? Whether you're trying to get rid of the old baggage or trying to gain weight, don't get discouraged. Some things take a long time. Some things take a lifetime. But love you guys. See you. Bye.